Hey, it's Wretched. I'm back. This week's video is going to be about crews, grinding crews, and why I dislike them so much. Because I've been approached by many people. How come I'm no longer? And actually, the last one they weren't in the grinding crew called Rise either. I left them, which was inevitable. What I was going to leave anyway. No matter what happened. Uh, this is in 2019. I left them. And actually, the first crew I actually joined, I was friends with a guy named R World 19. He's kind of controversial. He's been known to screw people over. In fact, a lot of people, myself included. But the guy can make money in a game. Okay, so you drop your MCUs at that point was the thing to do, or you can adjust your firewall settings in your router to get solo pubs, and you sell your stuff. So I decided I'm going to join a crew, so I can, get help selling my stuff, but I could also help other people sell their stuff in the process. Just talk to a few people here and there. Because I play this game for pain distraction, which I'm back into physical therapy, and I haven't given up. They haven't given up on me because they think I can get better, and that's what I'm going to try to do. But it's extremely painful what I have. A lot of people would probably honestly commit suicide with what I have. So I use this game for pain distractions, more or less what I do. And and I'm on two things. And the other thing is I meet people, and I take it personal when they unfriend me. But again, it's a game, and a lot of them are coming out of the grinding crews, which I really don't care. I mean, I guess I'm considered a griefer or a tryhard, whatever. I just play the game my way, the way I want to play it, and I don't really care, what you think. Um, I don't know why I take this so personal. I think it's because I think you're my friend, but you're really not. You're just a person I know on here. A lot of you I do consider friends, like I would really want to meet you in real life, but there's not many, like that. But there's some, and there's one guy I do talk to on the phone with I met on here, you know, and I really respect him. He respects me. It's a two-way street, and that's the way it works. But anyway, I joined Lone Wolf Union, to try to get this camaraderie going, and then even though I had been griefed by Lone Wolf Union, okay, and let's turn the other cheek. Let's see what they have to offer. I went in there, and I actually did not see the members that had griefed me, which I don't really care about, but like I knew they were a grinding crew, and you just don't do stuff like that when you're representing a grinding crew. You don't grief other people, and because it gets into hypocritical things, which they all do. All the grinding crews do this, whether they really want to admit it or not. They don't know what's going on in their own crew, which they really don't. They may claim they do, but they don't. Okay, and so yeah, I joined Lone Wolf Union, and the first thing that really come up on my radar was you weren't allowed to defend yourself. It's like, dude, this is a game. Well, at that time I was under 50, but it's like, this is a video game, dude. This ain't real life, dude. Because I've been there, okay, and okay, so whatever, I could deal with that, right? But I do have ulnar neuropathy in my left hand, which at that time was painful too. Okay, so I really didn't. They were kicking people out, telling you, to unfriend them because they were immature. But to be honest with you, who was immature was the leadership of that crew, Lone Wolf Union. Okay, so I come off of probation, and like a week later, I'm just gone. I left. So, I'm like, this probably stuff's really not for me. And I had some friends on here, we'd help each other out once in a while, but, whatever, people play other games. But I was really getting into the GTA thing. And I waited a while, so I joined this crew named Rise, ET Phoenix Resurgent. And, you know, everything was, going good for about 2 weeks until I actually got off probation myself. This guy, for some reason, I don't know what I ever did to him. He didn't like me, so I had to get in every sales vehicle there was. And this was going on a lot at night, and I'm Eastern time, and it was going at night. And well, this guy just ran his flap nonstop, doing nothing, sitting in the same spot, with his other friend who, was, supposedly this great guru on how to make money, wouldn't shut up. He's a fat dude, but his dad was supposedly, a bodybuilder, which I don't really give a fuck about, too, to be quite honest with you, because, well, it does play into it later on. He also, stupidly says, I have a CCW, puts a picture of his gun in the Discord, puts a picture of his car with its plates, which did come back to him, because I'm not going to get into that, how we did that. But, yeah, and stuff that I don't really need to know about, because I don't give a damn about your personal life, dude. I really don't. Just like people don't care that I'm in pain, I don't give a damn about your personal life, basically. I'm on here to play a game, have fun, right? But some of you I do give a damn about in real life. But, this went on, so I joined their CD unit, and to get this guy off my back, right? So this works out for about a week, maybe, at tops. Same thing starts, man, all over again, and I didn't pull rank and all this stuff, and, in the real world, which I've been there, in the real military, you just don't get promotions for nothing, right? Like, but in Rise, dude, it's based on who was liked. I don't care, give a damn what they said. Because I could predict, and I would tell, which I have a witness to all of this that I'm talking about. They can get in contact with me anytime, which they will not do, because I've actually confronted them on Reddit about this. And they are not adult enough to say anything to me, because they're immature. They do not know what to say to me. A lot of stuff I'm talking about right now, not all of it. But and when I joined them, the funny part is I had gotten griefed by Lone Wolf Union. But I let that go, and they were in Rise when I went in there. Well, whatever, I let it go, but, they didn't know that I knew. And, one guy was an alcoholic in real life. Doesn't really matter, but, these are my experiences with the grinding crews. So, like I said, I could tell you anybody in CD who was going to up for a promotion, who would get it, who wouldn't. I knew I wasn't, because this guy didn't like me. There was a general in there, and so I asked him about these certain tags and how you got it, and he told me it was magic, right? So I asked this other guy, how did you get that tag? And he told me doing the same thing you used to do, and I'm like, I don't have it. And he's like, I don't understand why. And I'm like, I don't either. Sorry you had these guys figured out. It's like a high school clique. It's what it is. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. And I did like people in there, and a lot of people I liked, they left the crew, or they got kicked out, or, and that would bother me, because my friends were going, and they would be kicked out for dumb things. But, these guys that were in higher positions could sit there, talk about women battery jokes, Well, like I said, I have a witness to all this. All of it I got a witness to. They can go on mic anytime. Women battery, black jokes, racist jokes, you name it, dude. And this is going on a lot at night. But, some people would get kicked for this stuff. But these guys, no, because they're in the leadership. They wouldn't get kicked. Dude, this is why I hate these crews, dude. They're so, unbelievable. So I got called on being in it, but I was also on a crew called SSYN, which is now defunct. It was probably one of the better crews, because they weren't allowing dual membership at Rise, which my crews were open, right? You could see them when I joined. And it's kind of funny, because there was another Rise member who was in SSYN, the Great Will. And they never called him on this, but they called me on it. Great Will's a cool guy. I'm still friends with him. Whatever. I don't play with him much. He's got a lot of shit going on in real life, So he's really dealt a shitty deck, in life. And, but he's a cool guy. Never called him on this, right? and they're calling me on it, and they're like, well, you got this one guy, you know, another one of the higher uppers, right? Where I ended up reporting this other guy to because everyone wanted to know because went basically AWOL for this crew. But I was basically gone at that point. I was like, I'm gonna leave him. I just don't know when because I wouldn't help with nothing. I didn't want to help with nothing. I was selling my stuff alone. I'd come into crew lobbies every once in a while. Yeah, and I'm like, no, man, because I was gonna quit Rise right then and there and just go with SSYN because but later on, Rise would allow dual membership, but it's come back later. It would come back later. But I think they do now, because I've seen people with tags from Wolf and Game and different tags. Now all of a sudden they allow it, because that's because a bunch of people quit for various reasons later on. But, yeah, it was pretty bad, man. It was pretty bad. That's come, I don't give a fuck about none of those crews. They're very immature. They will not, people come to me, why, no, I quit, dude, I quit. It's like, well, actually, I was given an ultimatum by this guy, the CCW, yeah, this guy, goes and makes this other crew, and they invited me to their Discord with these other people, and I was invited in. I think it was like the third in or something. I didn't know they were making a crew, but whatever. I was already gonna leave Rise. It was already on the board in my mind. I'm gone, dude. I'm just staying as long as I can. And I hadn't been doing nothing with them for a long while. I just wouldn't play with them. Um, and and this guy made another crew, and this big general guy, he made these statements of, this guy was, and I got the screenshots at the time from the Discord. How this guy was threatening this one guy, and this is the guy with the CCW and all this stuff. And, which, mind you, they never disciplined this guy for threatening somebody's life, right? But that's fine and cool, right? Makes sense. So, for stealing members out of that crew, but it was the other guy that made the crew himself, and then they assumed that everyone left because we wanted to PvP. Well, no, maybe if you treated your members with some dignity and respect and actually listened to them, it wasn't a high school clique, and decide, well, I like this guy and I don't like this guy, and, just be a man about it. Just say something, dude, because whatever, it's like, you guys are a joke, dude. And they didn't do nothing to this guy, threatened his life. This is one of the higher ups in the CD unit, that's, a 400-pound dude, that eats French fries all the time, right? But he's leading this team of elites in a game. Okay, so whatever, dude. And he comes to me after they made this crew, which was assumed to all of us stuff because of that. And it wasn't, right? And I had an ultimatum, either Rise or Odin. And Odin was a joke, dude, because these dudes thought they could run a crew, and it was just a joke. And I don't really care, because I don't care anymore. But, and that's where this guy got threatened. And, I got a message here. It's kind of stalled. Yeah, he threatened his life. They didn't do nothing about it. He's still a welcome member of the crew of Rise. And it's like later on when we switched to PS5, I was telling this guy in Rise, sorry, I keep landing your sessions. Of course, he can't be a man and, actually talk to you, right? Like a regular human being, he just unfriends me. So guess what, buddy? You're blocked. I'll never play with you again. Just like half of Rise is blocked. Oh, so I get a session, an open session too. I'm a little bit all over the place. And these two Rise it's a bunch of them, including this piece of shit general, right? It was in Rise griefing other players. Plus a friend of mine who is a tryhard, they're killing them and they're tryhards. They're just a group of tryhards. That's fine with me, dude. Just a minute. But why would you grief low-level people and call me salty because I left a crew that was a piece of shit, dude? And you're a piece of shit just like them, dude. It's like none of you can talk, dude. Like a normal human being. I'm salty. Salty about what? Because I left a shit crew? And half of you belong in bad sport just like I do because you're a bunch of griefers just like me? Just admit it and own up to it, dude. I mean, at least be a man about it. It's like, oh yeah, the clicks in there are so strong. And it's like if I'm just on your friends list for whatever reason, I don't really care if you take me off anymore because good riddance. I actually told the one dude I was thinking about, just hard ban me from that crew, dude. Hard ban me. Let me come into the Discord and hard ban me from that. Ban my IP. I did go back in there the second time, and this was such a joke. I'm like, what the hell am I even doing reapplying for this crew that I would really want to have no part of, And it's like, they didn't teach me how to fight. I was taught later on how to fight, by somebody else, much more experienced, much better. But there were experienced fighters in that crew, but this general guy is just basically an MT2 griefer, He couldn't fight on ground, nothing else. Well, you're supposed to do this, and that. Oh, so the SSYN thing, too, later on. I'm all over the place, like I said, but, the Great Will was in SSYN. When I became a moderator in SSYN, why was I put in a moderator position? We can ask Zester that. Because I would treat people pretty much, the way I'd want to be treated, not like some piece of crap. Or I want to hear your side of the story. At least tell me what your side of the story was. And I listened to it, but if you're not going to tell it to me, yeah, you're going to get kicked from SSYN, but they're defunct. Doesn't matter now anyway. Because they all went pretty sour, but, whatever. It's like what it is, but, yeah, I mean, if you guys ever decide you want to be men and talk to me, please still do so, but I think the greatest part is they got the shit griefed out of them by Els and them, and they split the crew up. But I hate to tell you people that are in Rise, if you're not in that 29-player thing, they don't give a fuck about you. You're just in some crew. Let them throw you out of their own crew. That would be the ultimate funny. And, I mean, people just gotta realize if you're not in that 29-member crew, you're nothing, dude. You're basically nothing. People say, well, no, this ain't the way I feel about it. Well, that's good for you. I'm glad you feel that way. But I'm not some kind of dumbass that just got off the bus yesterday. I think I forgot something. I don't know. So, yeah, that's what brought it all up. And, several members of that, they're blocked. They'll never be unblocked. And I got more important things to worry about right now. But, yeah, that's my story. And, yeah, feel free to contact me on here. I got a witness, too, and get him at a party. Oh, yeah, it was America's their guy. I had a dog, supposedly, and my dog and my significant other were making noise in the background, right? But I never had a dog, and my mic wasn't on. That is just hilarious, man. This guy would do this stuff to me all the time. He would just do it to me all the time. Stuff like that. I mean, the list was a mile long. No one in Rise knew what the hell to say to me or knew what was going on. And then, what was funny...
Morse Mutual Insurance. How can we... I'll do my best.
It's all a joke, dude, because no one knew why I left. I mean, if you're gonna treat somebody like a piece of shit, what the fuck you think's gonna happen, you fucking morons?